At a used car lot in Fort Wayne, Indiana, a woman by the name of Janae Smith heads into a showdown meeting with the salesman she says tried to take advantage of her, to gouge her.
Are you rolling some of this?
Yeah. With her on this day is one of our producers, and they are both wearing hidden cameras. Because what Janae Smith wanted us to see and catch on camera was what consumer groups say is a growing problem for car buyers all across the country.
Who is this?
I'm Ned.
Ned?
I'm a friend.
Okay.
Like many consumers with similar complaints, Janae Smith ended up at this used car dealer in the first place because she had some serious credit problems.
My credit wasn't all that great.
They work with people that have some credit issues.
Yes, they do.
Even so, she was able to drive off the lot with just the car she wanted, a PT Cruiser.
Yeah, I love the car. Kind of jazzy.
But about a week later, after she had shown off her jazzy new car to friends and family, she was told the deal was off.
I figured once I signed the contract and they signed it, the deal was done.
But she was told the financing fell through and she had to put down $300 more if she wanted to keep the car she had fallen in love with.
So we can do a new contract, a new deal for you, and it's going to be through here.
The salesman had no time for questions from the man introduced as her friend, our producer.
I know she was here a bunch of times, working around,
I don't want
working
to
with financing. I'm just helping her
I
out.
really don't want to talk to you, sir. You don't have anything to do with this, honestly.
What Janae Smith was being told, and thousands of other consumers have already discovered, is that often when buying a car, a deal is not necessarily a done deal. It is a practice known to people in the car business as a yo-yo, named for the ever-popular children's toy, out and back and all around, something to marvel at when demonstrated by these teenage champions. But when the same principles are applied in the car business, consumer groups say, buyer beware.
A yo-yo goes down and the yo-yo comes back up again. So the car goes out, the car comes back again.
We learned all about it from Earl Stewart, a Palm Beach, Florida car dealer who other car dealers have come to hate because he's made it his mission to expose what he says goes on behind the scenes in the car business.
I know all the tricks of the trade. I've been there and done that.
It has become a common and popular practice for car dealers to allow customers to drive off with a car before financing is complete, called spot delivery. But Stewart says that opens the door for customers to be yo-yoed, especially those with bad credit.
These are the people that are most vulnerable.
In Oklahoma City, we followed the case of a young woman with credit issues, LaToya April, who says she was yo-yoed when she bought a Nissan Versa. The car went out, and then the dealer said the car had to come back.
In the beginning, everything seemed fine. My payments was where I wanted them to be, and I drove off with the car that night.
But 2 days after what she says she thought was a done deal, LaToya says the dealer called to tell her the financing had fallen through, and she had to sign a new contract if she wanted to keep the car, with an expensive extra for a warranty.
I got a call from the finance person. She told me that I have to go with a $2,000 warranty on the car.
The dealer says the deal fell through because she had lost her job, and it was the customer who wanted the warranty, which, by the way, the dealer admitted meant hundreds of dollars in extra profit for them.
You can count on Hudaberg, we'll give you more.
The dealer is one of Oklahoma City's best known, the Hudaberg Group, which says it prides itself for being reliable and trustworthy.
They've been very honest with me.
That's not what LaToya April says was her experience with Hudaberg, and she wore a hidden camera to let us see how she was treated there.
A little nervous?
A little bit, but not as much.
Good. Let's go.
Okay.
She told the salesman she did not want to sign a new deal. She just wanted them to return the car she had traded in.
Okay, so tell me where my car is.
It's sold.
But where did you sell it to? How did you even sell my car? How did that happen?
Okay.
A good question. In the same contract that used a lot of lawyers' language to make the sale conditional, the language also states that the dealer cannot sell off the trade-in car until the sale is completed. And her lawyer says it is illegal to do otherwise.
Under the motor vehicle or spot delivery agreement in Oklahoma, if they don't hold on to that vehicle until they've achieved financing, then they're violating the law.
But they did not, and LaToya was stuck and mad.
I want my car. I want my PC.
We don't have it, okay?
Where is it?
We sold in the auction. It's not here. It's probably in different state.
Not the case. We found it less than an hour down the road in a wholesale car lot. When we brought LaToya April to see it,
Yep, this is it.
she was moved to tears, now stranded with no car.
I'm really green behind the ears when it comes to cars. So it's just really hurtful.
A lawyer for Hudeberg told us that selling the trade-in car was one of a number of mistakes that were made, and that the deal did not go down pursuant to Hudeberg standards. But the lawyer said Hudeberg was not trying to take advantage of her, and even tried to work out a deal which she rejected. LaToya April has now filed a lawsuit against the dealer, alleging fraud, something the dealer strongly denies. At the Federal Trade Commission in Washington, Malini Mithil admits she's no expert with yo-yos. But she is the FTC's expert on the so-called yo-yo practices of car dealers.
Yo-yo might sound like it's making light of the term, but it really is kind of showing you the whole jerking the consumer back and forth issue that we're concerned about.
And she told us that dealers can't get away with it if consumers aren't told in advance the sale is conditional.
Companies cannot shield themselves from liability by having fine mouse print disclosures that consumers can't see or understand.
The Car Dealer Industry Group says most of the millions of deals every year are completed without mistakes or misconduct, which, if true, must mean Janae Smith was extremely unlucky with the deal for her PT Cruiser. But in the end, so was the salesman who we caught trying to pull a fast one on her. When they decided to mess with Janae Smith, they made a mistake.
Yes, they found the right one that was not going to take that crap from them.
As we saw when we went back to the dealer to ask some questions.
Mr. Hightower.
And brought Janae Smith along.
You sold her a car, and now you want her to pay more for it.
No, that's not what happened.
Yes, it is. That's
no,
what,
it's not.
You know what they call it?
No, it's not.
They call it yo-yo financing.
No, listen.
The salesman, Billy Hightower, insisted the finance company refused to approve her loan, and that he had a form signed by Janae Smith promising she would bring the car back if the loan was turned down.
And she also has a piece of paper that I had her to sign that says that if the deal don't go through, that she had to turn the vehicle back.
But when I asked him to show me the form, he refused again and again.
I don't have to show you. You already supposed to have it. You
She doesn't have
cameras.
it. No, she doesn't have it.
But yeah, she do have it. And she knew about it.
Can you show it to me?
No,
Show me that
I don't need to show you anything.
Then Hightower started yelling at his customer.
Bring the car back.
You give me my money back.
The police.
And she yelled back.
She stole the car. The finance company didn't approve her.
With some
The
keys.
finance company didn't
You
approve
handed me
it.
the keys and I drove off.
It wasn't long before the owner of Mint Auto Sales, Sam Kamdar, showed up and told his salesman, show us the form.
It says that buyer understands, agrees that the sale and delivery of the motor vehicle described in the attached installed sale contract is conditioned upon approval.
Still, Hightower refused to let me see it, to see if she had in fact signed it.
Let me. Why won't you show it to me?
Give me that.
I'd like to see if it's signed.
Give it to him. I don't care. I've got nothing to hide.
Finally, the salesman handed it over, and the truth came out.
She didn't sign this. It's signed by you. You signed it.
Yeah.
She didn't sign it.
She still.
Well, then you tried to pull a fast one on us, sir. Oh, that's why you didn't want to show it to me, because she never signed it.
Confronted with the facts, the owner did a quick about-face, promising to abide by the original deal he had made with Janae Smith.
Can you promise now
100%
you can have the car at the original deal?
I'll do it right on TV.
And believe it or not, it all ended with a hug.
So should you two shake hands on this deal?
Absolutely. I'll give you a hug also.
Since then, we've heard from the owner that the salesman, Billy Hightower, no longer works for him and has opened his own used car business across town.